brief history lesson since this is Black History Month. So in 1895, Booker T. Washington made a famous speech to an audience of African Americans and whites at the Cotton States International Exposition in Atlanta, Georgia. He told the African Americans to stop fighting segregation and concentrate on learning useful skills. Washington stated to most of my race who underestimate the importance of cultivating friendly relationships with the white man, I say to you, use the parable of the sailors fishing in the water by casting your buckets down where you are. Make friends with people of all races. Cast them down in agriculture, mechanics, commerce, and domestic services, and of course, vocational trades. From this vision, Booker T. Washington came up with the School of Mechanical Industries between 1883 and 1885. The program is documented as the first vocational school to teach students to make bricks. They learned painting and plastering at Tuskegee University. I also found that the history of the School of Agriculture agriculture started in 1896, between 1896 and 1897. And the School of Engineering started in 1901. So again, in 1901, Booker T. Washington hired Robert Taylor, who was the first director of the Mechanical Systems Program. He created 15 vocational trades. He and the faculty members taught the students to make bricks. They taught them mechanical drawing, and they taught them to build on the Booker T. Washington's mission to learn to do by doing. They also built several Rosenwald schools in the Southeast. They sold the bricks to profit for the school, the Normal School for Negro Teachers, which is now Tuskegee University. So their first buildings on this campus was the Oaks in 1889, Thrasher 1890, Huntington Hall in the 1900s, and the old chapel came a little bit after that. So within the next 20 years, the students built, in the span of 30 years, the students built 20 buildings over that span. So like Booker T. Washington, since my arrival in 2016, our school adopted the cast the buckets in your place, in your vision, in your school. Make a vision of casting your buckets down. We did this by collaborating with external agencies to expand our curricular content and to renovate our future buildings for growth for our program. So currently we have 2 accredited programs. The Bachelor of Architecture is a 5-year program. It is 170 credit hours. And this program is documented to have the most African-American licensed architects in the Southeast. Our alumni are working all over the country internationally, and many have their own firms. The next program we have that started in 1933 is the Department of Construction Science and Management. This is 128 credit hours. The curriculum is a 4-year curriculum and is noted as the oldest construction program in the country. Also, we have a brand new degree. It's the Bachelor of Arts and Design that started in fall 2020. This is 131 credit hours. These are for students that don't want to go that 5-year track in architecture, and they focus mostly on interiors, furniture design, interior spaces, industrial design, graphic design, and 3D model making. We also have a new African American History and Architecture minor that started in fall 2020. This is a collaboration with the Department of History and Department of Architecture. The contact person is Lisa Bratton in history, and this is a 15 credit hour course. We focus on the legacy of Booker T. Washington, the Tuskegee architects, and the history of the built environment in the South. We also have a minor in In residential design, this will start in fall 2021, and the contact person is Dr. Shauna Rogers. We also have a robust historic preservation program. It will soon be hopefully a minor, and in the near future, a master's in historic preservation, and the contact person is Dr. Kwesi Daniels. So we have 13 outstanding faculty members, of whom 5 of them are Tuskegee graduates. Also, our motto is, "We are the bricks." This motto was designed by Osei Hill. He is the son of Dean Walter Hill. He created our wonderful motto. Go to our website and look at it. We build, we research, we innovate, and we cultivate cultural knowledge and awareness in our communities. And we have done just that. In the short term, we have talked about renewing our program. When I first got there in 2016, we recruited and we retained stellar students. We rebranded our system to have a more scholarly footprint for our school and our faculty members. In the midterm, we revitalized our cultural and global understanding across the curricular content. We developed a visiting professors program with visiting faculty members and designers from different companies like Perkins and Will and Jack Travis Architects. That was in 2019. We also reconnect with our alumni. We got new scholarship programs and scholarships for our students. The Cooper Carey Architects just gave up a donation of $100,000 to our students. HLK has a new scholarship program, the National Home Builders Association, just to name a few. So in the long term, we want to renovate our buildings, Wilcox B, D, and E, to create a new workforce development center for entrepreneurship. And this project, one of our projects we began in before the pandemic, we were working on an old antebellum home in downtown on Main Street, Tuskegee. And so after the pandemic, we will resume that project. And so finally, our teaching methodology is highlighted in the private university products and news in the February issue. The article is called Anti-Racism and Architecture at Tuskegee. It's a 5-page spread with talking about faculty teaching initiatives and cultural perspectives in architecture and construction and design studio practice. This teaching philosophy came from my new book, my book in 2015, Space Unveiled, Invisible Cultures in a Design Studio. Thank you, and I look forward to your questions in a few minutes.
Thank you, Dr. Bell. Our next dean is Dr. Tracy Shannon. Actually, she's our newest dean, Dean of the School of Nursing and Allied Health. Dr. Shannon.
Good afternoon, and I thank you for the opportunity to share our vision from the School of Nursing and Allied Health. The School of Nursing and Allied Health is comprised of 3 departments: the Department of Nursing, the Department of Occupational Therapy, and Health Sciences. One of the things that we pride ourselves on is the fact that we deliver a holistic approach. We are focused on providing care physiologically, psychologically, and sociologically. So we've come together as a school of nursing and allied health to make sure that Tuskegee and the surrounding area is equipped with the compassionate, the competent, and the caring healthcare providers that are going to be needed in this pandemic era. The Department of Nursing is known as historically the very first baccalaureate nursing program in the state of Alabama. The very first baccalaureate nursing program in the state of Alabama. So that means that we have to be trailblazers. So in this time of a pandemic, what we have done is we have forged forward. The students in the nursing program here at Tuskegee University are on the front lines. We changed our focus when the pandemic began. We are providing care to patients in the acute care setting. We are providing care to patients in the community setting. We actually revised our curriculum so that the students are a part of vaccinating in the area, and they are right now in those areas doing just that, providing the needed care for persons during this pandemic. Our occupational therapy program, our students are right now in the acute care and the long-term care settings, providing care on the front lines to patients as well. The health science program that is within the School of Nursing and Allied Health. In that program, we're shaping and molding the minds of those who have a desire to work in health sciences. They are also assuming minors in social work and other areas, so that again, holistically, they can provide physiologic, psychologic, and sociologic care to individuals. With regard to our long-term goals, we are working with our alumni, and we have the vision to, because the need for simulation is on the forefront, we need another structure. So we are working with alumni and working together as faculty, and our long-term goal is to do a fundraiser, and we want to make sure that we're again on the cutting edge of what needs to be on the forefront of healthcare. So we want not just a simulation center, we want a campus. Our goal is to ensure that the classrooms are technologically equipped so that we can teach and provide the need for our students. So how are we going to do this? Innovatively and creatively. We're going to be dedicated to the vision. We're going to engage the community. We're going to engage our alumni. And what we want to do is to make sure that even our students understand how important it is to establish agreements and collaborations so that all are involved in that process. It is a big vision, but we are going to make sure that the vision does come to pass. How are we going to do that? We're going to take the vision, we're going to write it down, and we're going to make it plain so that those who read the vision can run with the vision. How are we going to do that? We're going to stay focused, and we're going to make sure that the dream and the vision does not die. Currently, in the Department of Nursing, we have 210 students who have declared nursing as their